body's exploding, ecstasy unreal. You're as far as a pillow and I'm as hard as steel. It's a feeling, I can't lie, I've never been there. Maybe this is an experience that you need to share. Clean and unsoiled, yet sweaty and wet. I swear to you, this is something I'll never forget. I need love.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sherman D. Manning, joining you live from Los Angeles, California. And although I'm joining you live from Los Angeles, California, I am also Atlanta born. I'm Atlanta bred. When I die, I'll be Atlanta dead. Ship my body back to ATL and bury me with my family. Because you won't be burying me anyway. You'll be burying the shell that held me. You won't be burying me. My spirit will catch wings one morning, fly away and be with the Lord. This is the day that the Lord hath made. I shall rejoice and be glad in it. I am so excited I can't hardly see straight. I have been groaning in the Spirit of God all day long. I've been doing ministry all day. Today I felt like a pastor, y'all. I felt like the pastor of Yes We Can Worship Center. I felt like Jorge's pastor. I felt like Luis's pastor. I felt like Mike Camper's pastor. I felt like Claude Taylor's pastor. I felt like the pastor of Yes We Can Worship Center, bona fide, dignified, certified, getting ready to be glorified. All day long I've been doing the work of an evangelist. I've been doing the work of a pastor. I have visited those who are sick. I have prayed with those who needed prayer. I've gone to the homes of those, who couldn't get to me, and prayed and prayed and prayed. And I've invited a lot of people to church. And I was telling my chief armor bearer, Brother Jorge Ganadia, whom I'm very, very proud of. He's doing a great job as my chief armor bearer. He's doing a great job as the founding member of Yes We Can Worship Center. I'm very, very proud of Jorge. Everybody stand up on your feet and give him a hand right now. I'm sorry, from last week, question mark. Do you want me to take out your time for last week, question mark, $40, question mark. That was for Jorge, and a sustained, thunderous round of applause. He's doing a great job, he's doing a great job, he's doing a great job. And he and I have both invited a lot of people there this week. And I have also explained to him very clearly that a lot of time people don't do what they say they're going to do. So just pray that whoever shows up gets blessed. If 2 people show up, ask God to bless them. If 12 people show up, ask God to bless them. We are building a church from the ground up. There are going to be setbacks. A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. Sometimes the enemy gives you a setback just to see what you're made of. But I've been trying to tell men all over this country that men are made from the process, not from the promise. And one of the main problems with men is we want the promise, but we don't want the process. And we don't understand that the man is made in the process. Oh, God, don't get me started, y'all. I'm doing a podcast tonight, right? Listen, one of the problems with men is we want the glory, but we don't want the story, because the story is made of process. The story is about being up sometimes and down sometimes and on the ground sometimes, being broke as a joke sometimes. The story is about being tore up from the floor up. The story is about sometimes don't know where your next meal is coming from. The story is sometimes I'm strung out on crack and can't make it back. The story is sometimes I'm strung out on speed, on meth, and won't take heed. Sometimes the story is I'm homeless and don't know where my next meal is coming from. Sometimes the story is I got 3 kids and can't take care of now one of them. Sometimes the story is I'm looking for a woman and can't find the right one. Sometimes the story is I thought that woman loved me, but she cheated on me. Sometimes the story is I thought that woman loved me, but she walked out on me. Sometimes the story is I thought that dude was my friend, but he tried to do me in. Sometimes the story is I thought, oh, y'all, don't get me started. But the story is composed, my brothers and sisters, of a variety of ups and downs and ups and overs and unders. And sometimes you're around the corner, and sometimes you don't know which way to turn. Sometimes you're down flat on the ground, look like you'll never get back up. All you can do is frown. But you got to remember what I told you earlier: a setback is nothing but a setup but for a comeback. You got to plan some strategic intentional living. Excuse me.
You got a motherfucking problem with my niggas, and you got one with me. It's the S to the Y, the L just drop 3 P's and the C to the homie LTs to make the
Yes,
magic.
you have to plan strategic intentional living. Strategic intentional living. Plan it out. Plan where you want to be a month from now, where you want to be 6 months from now, where you want to be 6 years from now. Plan it out, plan it out, plan it out, plan it out. Remember, men are made from the process, not from the promise. I'm going to say it again. Men are made from the process, not from the promise. You want me to simplify it for you? Let me simplify it for you. I'm going to simplify it for you right now. Let me simplify it for you. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. See, life is difficult, and there are strongholds in life. But when you're going through life, what happens is this: it's like running a marathon, it's like trying to get somewhere. It's like, let's say you're jogging for 5 miles, and all you're doing is waiting until you get to the fifth mile. All you can't wait till you get to the fifth mile. You're just waiting to get there. You just, man, whenever I get to that fifth mile, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I can't wait to get to that fifth mile. I'm waiting. Man, I can't wait till I get to that fifth mile. And it might take you 10 years to get to that fifth mile. Just an example off the top of my head. But guess what happens? When you have jogged for 5 miles, by the time you have jogged 5 miles, you're stronger. You're wiser. You understand what I'm saying? You're stronger now. You're wiser now. You're not weaker now. You know more now. You understand what to do with pain now, because you know your feet got those little what they call those things, corns on the bottom of your feet from all that jogging, and you know what to do when your muscles start cramping up, and you know what to do when you get dehydrated now. You know what to do when life is dry sometimes. You know what to do when the money is not right sometimes. You know how to save for a rainy day now. You know how to, you know what I mean? You learn that on the journey. You learn that on the jog. Listen to me. Life is like a marathon. But men, what we want it overnight. We want it overnight. We want the glory without the story. We want to be a doctor, but we don't want to go to medical school. We want the Bentley, but we don't want the bill. We want the riches, but we don't want to work. Life is tough, baby. It ain't easy. If anybody told you it was easy, they're lying to you. Just always remember that glory comes behind the story. And again, if you set out on a journey and say, I'm going to take 6 months and jog 5 miles straight, I'm just making an example. Let's say 50 miles straight. On mile 20, you're not there yet. You're not there yet physically, meaning you have not arrived. You got 30 more miles to go. But also, you're not a man yet. You will be made a man, Jorge. You will be made a man, Paul. You will be made a man, y'all, during the process of getting from point A to point B. By the time you get to the 50th mile, by the time you get to the place that God has for you to be, you will then be a man. But what's going to make you a man is what you had to go through to get to the plan. What's going to make you a man is that God had his hand on you all the time. And yes, you can. What's going to make you a man is the stuff you had to go through to get to where you have gotten to. What's going to, oh God, y'all got me started tonight. But I'll tell you again, don't let your boyhood problem destroy your manhood promise. Don't let your boyhood problem destroy your manhood promise. I might have to preach a sermon Friday night that I preached before, and Jorge has heard it, but maybe he didn't absorb it good enough yet. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you know, you can never hear a sermon. It's like a song. You can't hear a song too many times. A sermon you can't hear too many times. And so I'm gonna have to preach this one again because of some of the people I invited. They need this word. And so even though Jorge already got it, and perhaps Sister Pam already has it, and Sister Fleming already has it, there are some people who I hope and pray to God will show up Friday who need this message. And so I'm gonna have to preach. I just hit me. I'm gonna have to preach Friday something that I preached before a few weeks weeks ago because these people need this word. Listen, a setback is a setup for a comeback. You can because you think you can. If you think you can or you can't, you're right. You can make it. You can do it. You can survive what you've been through. Look, do you understand? Some people got molested and they didn't make it. Some people got molested and they committed suicide. Some people got molested and they became molesters themselves. Some people got molested and they didn't make it. Some of you are listening to me right now, you were molested. Some of you who are listening to this podcast right now, you were molested, but you're still standing. Some of you may have been raped, but you're still standing. Some of you were robbed and mistreated and picked on, but you're still standing. So what I need you to understand is that some people went through what you went through and they did not make it to see 30. Some people went through what you went through and they did not make it to see 40. Some people went through what you went through and they died before they reached 50. But for some reason, God still has you on the planet. And if you're still on the planet, that means God still has use for you. God does not keep stuff around. He's not a pack rat. He doesn't just keep stuff just to be keeping stuff. If God lets you wake up this morning, he has a plan for your life. Repeat after me, God has a plan for my life. Say it again, God has a plan for my life. Say it again, God has a plan for my life. Say it one more time, God has a plan for my life. Repeat after me, I am somebody. Say it again, I am somebody. Say it again, I might be black, but I am somebody. Say it again, I might be brown, but I am somebody. Repeat after me, I might be Hispanic, I might be black, I might be African, I might be white, but I am somebody. I am a child of the Most High God. Jesus Christ died on Calvary for my sins, and the fact that he got up means that I can get up again. If you don't want no crucifixion, you can't have no resurrection. If you want to be raised up, that means you got to be lowered down. And some of you right now, the only reason God let you be lowered down was because he's getting ready to raise you up. And when he raises you up, he wants the world to see and wonder, how did you get back up? I remember when you were smoking crack. How did you get back up again? I remember when you were walking and now you are in a new car. How did you get back up again? I remember when you was homeless. How did you get a college degree? How did you get a good job? God sometimes has to let you go down so that he can bring you up. And when he brings you up, you'll be able to say, if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side, I would have been swallowed up. When you come back up again, you'll be able to say, if the enemy came in like a flood, but God lifted up a standard against him. When you come back again, you can say, there's no secret what God can do. What he did for me, he'll do the same thing for you. When you come back up again, you can say Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. When you come back again, you can, God, I'm feeling it tonight, y'all. I feel like God is getting ready to do something great. God is getting ready to do something awesome. God is getting ready to do something tremendous. That's why he has me in ministry all day long. I'm not ministering to folk that I never would have known before. I'm in people's houses that I never would have met before, because God is trying to give me a breakthrough for yes we can. He's trying to give me a breakthrough for yes we can. And so we got to work that thing, baby. Jorge and I, we got to work that thing, baby. We got to work those streets. We got to work those talks. We got to work those walks. We got to get to the place. We got to we got to realize that God has already stirred up the gift in my belly. He's already stirred up the gift in my mind. He's already stirred up the gift in my spirit. He's already stirred up the gift. And I prophesy tonight that eyes have not seen, and ears have not heard, and neither has it entered into the heart of man the things God has in store for Yes We Can Worship Center. I prophesy tonight. I don't know when it's going to be, y'all, but God's going to bring the people in. I said he's going to bring the people in. I say watch God work. Y'all join me at 12:30 tonight and pray for Yes We Can Worship Center. As I said, join me tonight at 12:30 and make sure you stop for just 2 or 3 minutes and say a special prayer for Yes We Can Worship Center. Pray for the preacher, pray for the anointing, pray for the chief armor bearer, pray for us all in the name of Jesus. I'm trying to get out of here, y'all, but remember, God can raise you back up again. You got to say, I can rise again. Tell your neighbor, I will rise again. Tell your enemies, I'll rise again. Can't no grave cell hold my body down. Tell them, can't no drug habit hold my body down. Tell them, can't no poverty hold my body down. Tell them, I'll rise again. Tell somebody somebody, I'll rise again. If you ain't got nobody to tell, just tell yourself. Just pat yourself on the back and say, I will rise again. Say, I will get back up out of this. I will rise again. I'll rise and rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. The ground is no place for a champion. Get back up again. We fall down, but we get up. Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. God bless you. Sherman D.